Yeah, gotta get it out the mud, that's the only way to win. Who am I to point the finger like I never ever seen? Been through the ups and downs like the letter N. They don't let you through the door, better kick that again. Cause that's the only way to win. That's the only way to go. Gotta get it out the mud, gotta get it out the flow. Cause that's the only way to go. Let's go.
Shooting lights out.
What's good, ladies and gentlemen? On this Friday, the first Friday of the second month of the year, is February 2nd, 2024. Yes, we are in the second month of the year of this new year already. And boy, I must admit, the first month was a crazy month for basketball. Okay. WNBA got trades happening left and right, which I can't get into now, but when I'm gonna find a way to get into it at some point in time. The NBA, what took place last night and the day before, I'm gonna get into, especially when it comes to a team in Massachusetts or what I saw last night on TNT. I have to talk about that. The All-Stars already said we got those. I'm gonna get into that, and you know I'm gonna talk college basketball because the month of January in college basketball, both men and women, was nothing but upsets. I'm gonna give you all the numbers that you need to know what upsets took place and what not, because there's a lot to go on right now. So, you know what? We're gonna kick it off right here. A segment I haven't done yet. It's the first time I get to do it. We're going around the hardwood, NBA style. Man, let's get into it because the All-Star has been splitting. A lot of things have been taken care of as well. So first off, to get to the awards for the month of January. Player of the month for the month of January. On the east side, it is Cleveland Cavaliers on Mr. Donovan Mitchell. As you can see on the screen, those of you who are watching live on Facebook, X, LinkedIn, and YouTube. 28.6 points per game for Mr. Donovan Mitchell with 5.2 rebounds, 7.6 assists, and the Cavaliers went 11-2 in the month of January. That's the East player of the year. On the West side, let's go down to the Valley of Phoenix, Arizona, where Devin Booker gets the player of the month of January for the West. 30 points a game, 4.4 rebounds, 6.3 assists per game, and he just so happened to go 11-5 for the team in the month of January. That's the player of the month. Rookies of the month. Well, for the East, Brandon Miller of the Charlotte Hornets, 16 points a game, 4.1 rebounds a game with about 2.5 assists a game. Hey, what can I say? And of course, on the West, we know who it is. He's going to win Rookie of the Year. Who's going to stop him from winning Rookie of the Year? Victor Wembanyama of the San Antonio Spurs. Okay, 24 points a game in the month of January. 9.6, almost adding a double-double in the month of January with close to 3 to 4 blocks a game. That man is doing his thing. It's tough down there in San Antonio. I know it is. But we believe in Coach Pop that when time comes within the next 2 to 3 years, Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs will be back making noise like they usually are. But for right now, it is what it is. We're going to keep it rocking and rolling. I got faith in Coach Pop. He will get the San Antonio Spurs back into the conversation of being playoff teams. Maybe not championship contenders, but definitely in the playoff hunt. Okay, definitely making playoffs, doing certain things, making things happen and stuff like that. But those are your rookies for the month of January. And then we have Coach of the Month. For the East, the Coach of the Month goes to the New York Knicks, Tom Thibodeau. The Knicks have been balling. The Knicks have won 9 straight games. They're going into this month. That includes with the win that they did last night, okay, over the Indiana Pacers. This team has been rocking and rolling ever since they traded for OG Anunoby from the Toronto Raptors. The Knicks have went up a whole nother level. It's crazy to see, but man, the Knicks are on to something this year. They could be a very, and I do mean very dangerous team come playoff time. 14-2 in the month of January. Got to give it up to them. On the West side, let's go to the City of Angels. Tyronn Lue, coach of the month for the month of January, 12-3. Ever since that team has found their groove with James Harden and Russell Westbrook coming off the bench to lead the second unit, Kawhi Leonard's been healthy. Paul George's been healthy. All of a sudden, the Clippers looking like the Clippers that we wanted them to look like for the past 3 years. They finally look like it. We're happy to see it. Okay. Can they keep it up? Because the All-Star break is practically like 10 days away. About 14 days away. Yeah. So, but it's going good so far out in LA for the Clippers. We'll see what they got going on moving forward. But it's going good right now. It's going real good right now. We're not going to hop on too much on it. But congratulations to Tom Thibodeau and Tyronn Lue being coaches of the month for the month of January. Congratulations to Victor Wembanyama and Brandon Miller for being rookie of the month of January. And Donovan Mitchell and Devin Booker, player of the year of the month of January. All right, we got that. The All-Star is set. We have our rosters. First and foremost, the West team will be going back to East and West. For those of you who don't know, we are making this switch back to the West versus East format. Okay, so the West team will be playing for Boys and Girls Club of Indiana. That's who they'll be playing for, and the East will be playing for Special Olympics Indiana. So those are the charities that both teams play for. The format of the game is still the same. Whoever wins first quarter, certain amount of money to that charity. Second quarter, fourth quarter will be a target point based on whoever has the highest score, plus 24 to honor Kobe Bryant, and that's how you win the games. The format is still the same, but we changing how the rosters look. It is East versus West. And speaking of East versus West, we have Luka Doncic, Kevin Durant, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, LeBron James, and Nikola Jokic starting for the West. The reserve was named on TNT last night, and that'll be Devin Booker, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Karl Anthony Towns. Interesting list. Pretty good team. Some people feel like De'Aaron Fox got left out. Domantas Sabonis got left out. There's snubs every year when it comes to the All-Star. I don't know. Has it been a year that you didn't feel like somebody got snubbed, okay? Last year was Jalen Brunson and whatnot. This year is De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis in the West. But that's the West team. On the East team, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Joel Embiid most likely won't be playing in this game due to that injury he has. Initial report saying torn meniscus, but we'll keep an eye on it. Tyrese Halliburton will be seen if he'll play in the All-Star game. It is in his hometown, in his own building, so we'll see. Damian Lillard, Jason Tatum. Your reserves, Bam Adebayo, Orlando Magic's Paolo Banchero, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, and Julius Randle. I see a lot of first-timer. Jalen Brunson, a first-timer. Tyrese Maxey, a first-timer. Paolo Banchero, a first-timer. Seeing good some first. Tyrese Halliburton, a first-timer, if I'm correct. I'm going to say Shea might be his third or second. Anthony Edwards, I think his second. Karl Anthony Towns might be his third. So you got a lot of young people getting into the All-Star game, which will be on the 14th, 16 days from today on TNT and whatnot. Good for that, but allow me to have me a moment, okay? Because Pablo Banchero is on the All-Star team. Paolo Banchero has been selected to the All-Star team. It is a beautiful day in Orlando. Now, we have fallen off because the last time I actually thought about the NBA, we were second in the East. Now I'll show you where we at a little later. But Paolo Banchero, man, we are so proud of you, Pablo. You have done well to lead the Magic. We've been sliding, but you are averaging 23 points a game with 7 rebounds and 5 assists. You are worthy of this honor. I am so happy to see the video of the team celebrating your announcement. They ain't even let Ernie finish. Soon he said Orlando Magic. Everybody knew it was Pablo going to the All-Star game. So that's something great to see. I want you to enjoy yourself up in Indiana, being part of All-Star Weekend. I love it. Speaking of standards, though, I did say, but I needed that moment to congratulate Pablo Banchero because we have a Magic We have a magic. It's been a long time since we had a magic in All-Star game. I think the last match we had in All-Star game was probably Dwight Howard. Either Dwight Howard or Jameer Nelson, one of the two. Matter of fact, I think they probably both had in the same year. I don't know. Can't remember right now. But it's been a long time, okay? Since we had our All-Star in the city of Orlando and we got one in Paulo Banchero, we are going in the right direction. Still got to make some moves to take us to the next level, and that's actually compete in the postseason. Then might need to add another couple more pieces to actually contend for a championship. But I like what we got a young team, and Paulo Banchero is the leader of that team, doing good things. Proud of you, man. Very, very proud of you. Now, let's go to the standings before we close out around the hardwood. The Boston Celtics lead the way at 37-12, followed by the Milwaukee Bucks 32-16. The New York Knicks stand up, New York, 32-17. You're third in the East right now, as the month of February is beginning. My Magic, we are 25-23, right behind the Miami Heat, who has the same record as us. I'm pretty sure they probably got the tiebreak over us in head-to-head matchups. It's all well and good. You got the Cleveland Cavaliers at 4, Philadelphia at 5. Can they stay afloat without Joel Embiid? The host team was the Indiana Pacers at 6. Okay, Bulls and the Hawks round out the top 10. There's a lot of games to be played right now. We too much don't. Right now, as it stands right now, we don't too much care for the Detroit Pistons, the Washington Wizards, and the Charlotte Hornets when it comes to fighting for postseason play. But for 1-12, anything can happen, even though the Toronto Raptors are pretty much 3 games out of the 10th spot. But hey, it is what it is. We're going to come on All-Star break. Everybody still has a mathematical chance at this moment in time. Nobody's officially eliminated. But for those of us who know basketball, Charlotte ain't making it. Washington ain't making it. And Detroit damn sure ain't making it. So we can clear that up right away. But the other 12 teams fighting for 10 spots, got you covered. That's the East. Let's go to the West. The Minnesota Timberwolves, 20 games above 500 at 34-14. Who had that on their bingo card? I damn sure didn't. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. The Oklahoma City Thunder, we knew that was going to be a better team than they were last year. They are 18 games above 500 at 33-15 and second in the West. Did we have them second in the West? Probably fourth, maybe fifth, but not second in the West at this moment in time. That's where they at. Los Angeles Clippers right behind them. The defending champ, Denver Nuggets in the fourth. Sacramento Kings, fifth. Phoenix, sixth. Go on to go for the Los Angeles Lakers, 25-25. I'll be talking about them in my next segment because they did something last night that I didn't expect them to do. The Utah Jazz clinging on that 10th spot right now. Then you have the Rockets at 11, Golden State Warriors at 12, Memphis at 13, Blazers at 14, and the San Antonio Spurs running up the 15th spot in the West. So far, the West is a little more tricky, okay? You want to count the San Antonio Spurs out, but the fact they got Wembanyama and they do know how to win some games, get some good competition, yeah, I give them a 15% chance of shocking the world and making a run. 15%. The Trailblazers, what they did a couple of days ago, and they playing better basketball, and all of a sudden, might give them a 20% chance. Memphis, they don't have John Morant. They don't have Marcus Smart. Supposedly, they traded Steven Adams. I just don't know with Memphis. Golden State, they having their problems, but it is Golden State, so you don't count them out because they still got Steph Curry. They still got Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Steve Kerr still the coach, so you don't want to count them out. The Rockets looking better than expected. Even though you know who got them playing better. We'll see if they can raise their level up to the competition of the top of the West. But we'll shall see. Surprise. Utah Jazz, they doing some things. They took one on the chin last night to the 76ers, but that's expected because it is the Philadelphia 76ers, even though they don't have Joel Embiid. We understand that. But nevertheless, the West is a little more tricky than the East, so we will see in about a month's time where everybody stands at. Yeah, give us to about March, right before March Madness, and we have an idea where everybody's at and who has a legit shot at making playoffs or not. But hey, that's where we at right now, so we're not going to harp too much on it, but there you go. That is around the heart with the NBA style. When we come back, I'm throwing the Flagrant foul out there. Just be ready. Okay.
Welcome to Ringside Chaos, the professional wrestling discussion segment of the Bear of Texas podcast. The only professional wrestling podcast in the world where pro wrestling is discussed passionately, with confidence, with great knowledge, and most of all, in the most sophisticated way. So brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, because chaos is about to be unleashed. Thing with Tony Khan now being in talks to buy WWE, I'm going to be honest with you. I spoke to this with Ricky Litwinkowicz, aka the Master of Mayhem, and he honestly believes that me talking about Tony Khan buying WWE is basically I'm kind of wasting my time because Ricky believes it's never going to happen. Okay, now don't get me wrong, Ricky, I respect what he says. He could very well be correct. But I gotta be honest with you, the fact that Khan is interested in supposedly buying WWE, to me, that's definitely worth talking about. Now, I should mention this. Shout out to Ricky, by the way. And I gotta mention this, that even Jim Cornette already had something to say. And he said, and I quote, "ridiculous to think that could happen," unquote. A wrestling fan that's been super supportive of Brody Lee as a wrestler, and everything that WWE could have done with him, and, everything that he could have shown and, offered for the wrestling business. For me, I wasn't just a fan of Brody Lee himself, like in character. I strongly respected him, as a human being. Like, I had a lot of respect for Jonathan Huber, that's Mr. Brody Lee's real name. So basically, I had a lot of respect for Brody Lee, Luke Harper, and of course, Mr. Jonathan Huber. Particular episode was about World Class Championship Wrestling. And the episode title is, WCCW Wrestling's Lone Star Legacy. And because I am the Bear of Texas, and I do hail from the Dallas-Fort Worth area of the state of Texas, World Class Championship Wrestling was basically my territory as far as being a wrestling fan goes. Ladies and gentlemen, Ringside Chaos is available on all streaming platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube.
The Playmakers Bar is proudly sponsored by Fanatics. Fanatics, the #1 shop where sports fans across the world love to get their sports gear and fandom on. A wide selection of gears from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, the NCAA, and of course, the WWE. Whether it is football, basketball, baseball, hockey, even soccer, golf, no matter what sport it is, there's sports appeal for every fan of every sport. Fanatics, where sports fans shop and official license everything.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Shooting the Lights Out. Good sponsors. Shout out to my boy Isaac for Ringside Chaos. We are on the road to WrestleMania, so you can catch him getting ready. Check out his post Warrior Rumble episode. Check out Monsters of Wrestling as well with myself and Cool McCain, as we talked about what took place at the Warrior Rumble, what we were looking forward to with SmackDown tonight to fall out from the Rumble. We're going to go from there. But yeah, check those out. Shout out to our major sponsor, Fanatics. Fix license everything. Get all your sports gear, your fandom on with Fanatics. All right. Now, unfortunately, I have a fragrant file to assess. I literally have two, but I'm going to combine them in one big fragrant file. And both teams are in the freaking East. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. If I didn't see last night myself, It only been on one team. I was doing the Flagrant foul. So, yes, Boston Celtics, you are on the full screen right now because you finna get this. Because what I saw last night boggled my freaking mind. Ladies and gentlemen, last night we had the Los Angeles Lakers going against the Boston Celtics at TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. National televised on TNT, you know. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith, and Charles Barkley. And this happened last night. Not even 24 hours ago. Yes, that's right. You see a 9-point win for the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, those of you who didn't see the game or didn't know or weren't on social media doing whatever you was doing, wonder why is the Playmaker assessing a flagrant foul on the Boston Celtics because they lost to the Los Angeles Lakers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, guess who didn't play last night? Anthony Davis and LeBron James. There was no AD. There was no Key James on the court for the Los Angeles Lakers in Boston last night. Not in Team Garden. That was in street clothes. That was in street clothes, looking like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard for all them years. Even though it's only the third game, I think that maybe the fourth game Anthony Davis has missed this season. And LeBron, 39 years old, all that good stuff. It happens. The point is, no AD, no LeBron James for the Los Angeles Lakers last night. And that happened. Let me break it down how it happened. Here's the halftime score, ladies and gentlemen. The Los Angeles Lakers was up 14 at halftime. And you see Austin Reed, who was spraying threes left and right last night. He had a total of 7 threes, ladies and gentlemen. 7 threes. That's Austin Reeves, okay? That's the halftime score. I already showed you the final score. Notice you don't see a picture of LeBron James or Anthony Davis because I just showed you. They did not play last night. This is the shooting or the team statistics here when it comes to last night's Lakers Celtics. And as you can see here, the Lakers shot 19 for 36 from three-point range, while the Celtics shot 16 for 48 from three-point range. And you're in Boston. The Lakers took 26 free throws to the Celtics 7. Now, this is not a misprint of the refs calling the game in one way or another. If you watch the game, you know. For some reason, the Boston Celtics thought they had this in the bag. They didn't really take it serious, so they weren't going to the hole aggressively. And they got outshot by a LeBron-less, AD-less Lakers team. Look at the bottom. Largest lead for the Lakers was 16. The largest lead for the Celtics was 4. The Celtics lost by 9. By 9. Rebound is even. Okay. So assists even. Celtics had 12 blocks to the Lakers 2. I mean, what happened last night? What happened last night? I have no idea. And then look at this. Jason Tatum played. Kristaps Porzingis played. Jrue Holiday played. Derrick White played. Jaylen Brown played. And y'all still got beat by no. You don't see LeBron's name on this list for the Lakers. You don't see Anthony Davis' name on this list for the Lakers. And look at the bottom stat. See, I circled Austin Reeves in yellow for you, and I put the entire backcourt for the Boston Celtics in green for you to shot like this. Austin Reeves went 7 from 10 from 3, 10 for 18 from the field. He had 32 points. Jrue Holiday, Derrick White, and Jaylen Brown combined for 12 of 32 shots. 1 for 10 on threes, and a combined 25 points. Austin Reeves by himself outscored the entire backcourt, starting backcourt for the Boston Celtics. How in the hell does that happen? Tell me, how does that happen? Jaylen Brown, Jrue Holiday, and Derrick White got outscored by one guard for the Los Angeles Lakers, Austin Reeves. He outscored 3 of y'all by his damn self. His damn self. If you take Jaylen Brown's numbers, combine them with Jrue Holiday's numbers, which is 16 points, you'll get D'Angelo Russell's numbers. Because D'Angelo Russell scored 16 points. He had 14 assists. He shot 5 of 20 from the field, 4 from 8 from 3-point range. Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday together, 8 for 21 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3-point range. And they also combined for 14 assists. The 2 starting guards for the Los Angeles Lakers. Outdid the 3 guards for the Boston Celtics. How does that happen? With no LeBron James, no Anthony Davis. I know what most people are going to say because most people watch the game. The Lakers played free basketball. They actually did. The ball was moving from side to side. They was driving to the hole. They was taking their open shots. They was knocking down their open shot. And for whatever reason, Boston couldn't do the same thing on the other end. When they had the better team. The number 1 team in the league, also in the East, took a stupid-ass L to the Lakers. A stupid L to the Lakers. Now, I know some people out there like, man, don't be too hard on them. These days happen. Things like this happen. Days where the other team didn't show up and the other teams did. You get days like this. This is a rivalry. This is a rivalry in the NBA. This is Lakers. This is Celtics. When stars from one team don't play and the stars on the other team play, the star who has the team that's playing should be dominating the team that doesn't have their stars playing. What was that last night? I didn't know what I was watching last night. That was ridiculous. Last night. Freaking ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it with my own eyes. And that was 2 days. That was just 2 days after this happened in Portland. When the Bucks took an L to the freaking Trailblazers. Speaking of which, Flagrant foul number 2. Oh, good gracious. A flagrant foul on the Milwaukee Bucks. I didn't think I would be doing this one. But seeing how a turn of events happened within the last couple of weeks with the Milwaukee Bucks, yeah, I think the Milwaukee Bucks need a flagrant foul too. It's crazy how that works. It's just crazy how it works. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm assessing the Milwaukee Bucks a flagrant foul too. Yep. The second best team in the East is the Milwaukee Bucks at 32-16. Yet they are second in points per game at 123, pretty much 124. 10th in rebounding, which they should be. You have Giannis, you have the Lopez brothers, you have Portis. You better be rebounding. 14 assists, okay. But points per game is at 120, 23rd in the league. Keep that in mind. I'm gonna come back to that. But this is the last 5 games for the Milwaukee Bucks. 2-3. You lost to Cleveland. You split with Cleveland. You beat the Pelicans. You lost to the defending champs, and you lost to the Portland Trailblazers. We can forgive you for the Denver Nuggets because that is the reigning defending national champion, the reigning defending NBA World Champions. So we understand the NBA champions on their home court, their home cooking, the Joker, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Constance Pro, the whole 9 yards with Mike Malone coaching them. We can understand. You can take an L at Denver. She took an L to the goddamn Blazers last night. Damian Lillard returns to Portland, and he takes an L to the Portland Trailblazers. An L to the Portland Trailblazers. And by the way, the Denver game, that was Doc Rivers' debut as the head coach of the Denver Nuggets. Game 2 was against Portland, and you lost both games. So you already 0-2 in the Doc Rivers era. 0-2 already. Here's the Portland game. Here's the Portland game. That's the game I want to focus on. 29% from 3-point range was the Milwaukee Bucks. 13 for 45. While the Blazers took almost damn near less than half of what they did, and they went 12 for 28. Shot 43% from 3. You guys went to the line 18 times and made 13 of them, while the Blazers made all 9 of theirs. And you lost. You freaking lost to the Portland Trailblazers. I don't understand it. You know, you had Giannis with 27 and 8. Should have been a double-double, but nevertheless, Chris Middleton gave you 21. Lopez gave you 19. Lillard on his return gave you 25, 6, and 7. Somehow you lost. Because when you look to Jeremy Grant, 18 points. DeAndre Ayton, 20 and 11. Michael Brogdon, 14. Anthony Simon, 24 points. You guys are 0-2 in the Doc Rivers era already. And you took an L to the Portland Trailblazers. What is going on here? And by the way, welcome to the Milwaukee Bucks, Doc Rivers. Welcome. You was doing a good job with ESPN calling games, but you love coaching more than anything. So good to see you back on the sideline coaching ball. You coaching the Milwaukee Bucks. You got Giannis Antetokounmpo, you got Damian Lillard, you got Chris Middleton, you got a little big three going on right there. Let's see what you do. But right now you had an 0-2 start already. Okay, we're not gonna put blame on you just yet. We're gonna give you some time. But after the All-Star break, we want to see a better Milwaukee Bucks team because they fired that guy there, Adrian Griffin, while being 30 and 13 and third in the East at the time. Third in the East at the time when they fired Mr. Adrian Griffin. Why they fired? There's a lot of things coming out. We don't know what's true and what's not. Everything is going to be somewhere in the middle. A lot of things happened, but there was 30 and 13. They were third in the East and whatnot. Okay, they are 2-3 since that time. 0-2 with Doc Rivers at the helm. Nevertheless, one of the reasons that played a part in them firing Adrian Griffin. Look at this. These dudes are 23rd in opponents' points per game. They give up 120 a game. 120, people. 120. They just gave up 119 to the Blazers last night. 119 to the Blazers. Not last night, but the day before. 119. They on average give up about 120 a game. That's the problem. What's the freaking even? Oh yeah, you traded Drew Holiday to Boston Celtics so you can bring in Dame Dollar. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah. Let's see who else on this roster now. Let me see. No PJ Tucker. Yeah. No Grayson Allen. He's in Phoenix. So the guys that actually play defense, you got rid of. They bring in Damian Lillard. So what you gonna do? The trade deadline's coming up. All-Star week's coming up. We gotta make some moves. You gonna bring back PJ Tucker? Cause you need some defense, damn it. On Milwaukee, you ain't winning the championship without no defense. You ain't winning the NBA championship giving up 120 points a game. There's anybody who knows basketball knows you ain't winning the championship giving up 120 points a game. That is not happening unless you dropping 140. And we know Milwaukee ain't dropping 140. And in playoffs, defense intensifies in the playoffs. So you're going to be playing against teams who want to play defense. And if you still giving up 120 by the time you get to playoff time, y'all asses ain't winning the goddamn title. Giannis said he wants to win championships. They ain't say he came to Milwaukee because he want to win championships. Well, damn it. You got from now to April to figure out defense, or else y'all ain't winning the damn championship. Okay? Y'all just not. And then here's the next games for the All-Star break. I'm looking forward to this Dallas game tomorrow. Luka Doncic. We'll see if Kyrie Irving is back. You got the Utah Jazz. Should be a win, but it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Then you got Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker out in Phoenix. TNT on the 6th. You host Minnesota the very next day, the number 1 team in the West. Okay, you got Charlotte. We don't care. You got Denver in your own place. So you can pay them back from beating you earlier. Miami comes walking in now. We'll see that game. Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. Now they got Terry Rozier. Remember, they took y'all out in the first round in 5 games. Let's see how y'all look. And then Memphis, if Memphis wasn't injured riddled like they are with Marcus Smart and John Moran, they would have been a game to watch, but they so injury riddled, I don't even know. And then I do believe they just traded Steven Adams with Victor Oladipo, who was also injured as well. So it's interesting to see how that goes. But 5 of the next 8 games, I'm looking forward to see how the Bucks look going in All-Star break. And then see how they look coming out to see if they are ready to be another championship contender team again. Because if you keep giving up 100, I do mean 120 points a game, you ain't winning no damn championship. Matter of fact, you ain't even going to make it to the damn NBA Finals giving up 120 points a game. I can guarantee you. So yes, I done 2 Flagrant fouls on the top 2 teams in the East. Who would have thought? Because the Boston Celtics just didn't show up last night at home against a starless Laker team. And the Milwaukee Bucks, they don't know what to do. They have no defense. They fired coaches mid-season. And now they still 0-2 on the Doc Rivers. So I have no idea at this moment in time. So yes, those are my Flagrant fouls for today. I had to bring them out. So there you go. All right, we're gonna take one last break, and then when we come back, we gotta talk college basketball because the month of January was ridiculous, very ridiculous in college basketball, both the men and the women. So we'll be back.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Cowboys Talk.
The Dallas Cowboys got exactly what they deserved. Let me say that one more time, because you know it's true. The Dallas Cowboys got exactly what they deserved.
Dak Prescott is overrated and he shouldn't be paid, okay? And the same thing with Pollard. I mean, Pollard breaking the tackles at that 57-yard touchdown run. I mean, we needed that
beautiful.
big time.
33 points in the fourth quarter. Let me say that again. 33 points in the fourth quarter. And that's off of 4 turnovers committed by the Colts. See, at one point, and the fact that at the end of the third quarter, it was 21-19, and the final score was 54-19. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, that is completely unexpected.
Cowboys Talk is available on all streaming platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube.
The Playmaker Squad is sponsored by Lids. Locker Rooms by Lids. Shop hats and official sports gear at Lids. Lids, the leader and #1 destination for hats, gears, and everything that moves you. Make it a perfect shop for fans to find official sports hats, merchandise, and gears. Represent your team, your town, and your style with a snapback, adjustable, fitted hat, or beanie from thousands of college and professional teams. Browse the very latest jerseys and t-shirts for the best teams out there. Lids has officially licensed professional and college sports teams apparel and hats featuring the hottest brands and trends. Shop online or visit one of the 100 stores across the country. Locker Rooms by Lids.
LA Ram fans all over the nation, LA Ram fans all across the world. It took 21 years, but hey, the Rams are Super Bowl champions once again. Down at the Playmaker Silence here, longtime Ram fan, and the host of the All LA Rams podcast called Ramley Talk. On Ramley Talk, I tell you how it is, the good, the bad, the indifferent. Coming with straight facts, with raw emotion, and an authentic viewpoint on the Los Angeles Rams. Don't matter what era you grew up in, it could be the Fearsome Foursome era, the greatest show on turf era, and of course, the Super Bowl 56 champions that are currently the Rams. You can listen to Ramley Talk on all streaming platforms including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. So subscribe now and get all the content that you can get on the LA Rams. Horns up, Rams house. It's LA Rams football.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Shooting the Lights Out. One thing left to do, and we're finna talk some college basketball. Because, man, the month of January, the kickoff 2024. I mean, this is going to it because we're going to focus on the top 10 teams, okay? Because top 10 team was dropping left and right in the month of January. Starting up in the men's, like, let's go here, okay? The month of upsets is what I'm calling it. That's what January 2024 will be remembered as. The month of upsets, because that's what took place. Good Lord. So we're going to go all the way back to January 6th. Seton Hall knocked out 7th-ranked Marquette. January 9th, Iowa State knocked out 2nd-ranked Houston. The same night, January 9th, Nebraska knocked off #1 Purdue. January 10th, UCF. Yes, right. I said UCF knocked off 3rd-ranked Kansas. And then Mississippi State knocked off 5th ranked Tennessee. Still on January 10th, TCU upset at 9th ranked Oklahoma. January 13th, Texas A&M knocked off 6th ranked Kentucky. Also on the 13th, TCU knocked off then 2nd ranked Houston. Houston took 2 L's in the same week. Back-to-back L's, by the way. To close out the 13th, the Washington State Cougars knocked off 8th ranked Arizona. And then Maryland went on the road to 10th ranked Illinois and knocked them off. Okay, we're already at 10 upsets from January 6th to January 14th, and we're still not done because we go to January 16th. Okay, Kansas State knocked off 9th ranked Baylor. January 20th, Texas knocked off 9th ranked Baylor. They took back-to-back L's. Okay. January 18th, South Florida took care of 10th ranked Memphis. Okay. January 20th, West Virginia over Kansas. Pitt over Duke at Cameron Indoors, by the way. Pitt went to Cameron Indoors and knocked off 7th ranked Duke. Okay. That's 15 top 10 upsets right there. And we're still not done with the men's college basketball in the month of January. Okay. Because January 21st, Tulane knocked off 10th ranked Memphis. January 23rd, South Carolina knocked off 6th ranked Kentucky. January 24th, Alabama knocked off 8th ranked Auburn. Okay. Also January 24th, by the way, my dad's birthday was on January 24th, by the way. Northwestern and Snowman Brian Snow, he's going to love this. Northwestern knocked off 10th ranked Illinois. And then January 25th, Oregon State knocked off 9th ranked Arizona. And guess what? We're still not done with top 10 upsets in the month of January. Because January 27th, Iowa State knocked off 7th ranked Kansas. Mississippi State knocked off 8th ranked Auburn. January 30th, Georgia Tech. Yes, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets upset at 3rd ranked North Carolina. And then to close out the very last day in the month of January, my Florida Gators went to Rupp Arena and took down 10th ranked Kentucky. The Gators went to Lexington, Kentucky and knocked off them boys. Knocked them off. Now, what you saw 24 top 10 upsets on the men's side in the month of January. 24. Okay. You only had one ranked team beat a top 10 team. That was Iowa State when they knocked out 7th ranked Kansas. That was back on January 27th. Okay. That's the only ranked team to upset a top 10 team in the month of January. All the others, the other 23 upsets were by unranked teams. Okay. 20 of them, by the way, happened on the road, okay? And 4 top 10 teams got upset at home. And the 4 top 10 teams that got upset at home, go to you again. January 14th, when Maryland went to Illinois and knocked them off. January 18th, when South Florida went to Memphis and knocked them off when they was ranked 10th. Pitt going into Cameron Indoors on January 20th and upsetting the Duke Blue Devils, who was ranked 7th. And the last but not least, the Florida Gators going into Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky, and taking down 10th ranked Wildcats. That's just the men's side of it. Oh, and by the way, we just began the month of February, right? And already, 6th ranked Wisconsin got upset by Nebraska last night. So the upset has not stopped in the top 10. So if you see 24 upsets in the top 10 in 1 month, imagine how many more upsets took place overall in the month of January in the men's side. Especially the ranked teams getting upset by unranked teams. Think about that. I'm just doing top 10. Just top 10, okay? That's crazy. But the men went long because the women joined the party too. The ladies joined the party as well. Oh my God. Check this out, okay? For the ladies, January 7th, we had 13th ranked Virginia Tech take down 3rd ranked NC State. January 10th, Kansas taking down 4th-ranked Baylor. 3 days later, Baylor still ranked 4th, taken down by Iowa State. Okay. 12th-ranked Kansas State upsetting 10th-ranked Texas. There's not much of the upset to me per se, but they like to use some words like that. Okay. And Auburn upsetting 7th-ranked LSU. We're still not done though. The Battle of LA went to the 9th-ranked USC Trojans when they took down 2nd-ranked UCLA. Okay. The Miami Hurricanes taking down 4th-ranked NC State. UCLA giving a little payback to 3rd-ranked Colorado. 20th-ranked Utah upsetting 6th-ranked USC. This is a game Snowman called when 18th-ranked Ohio State took down Clayton and Clark and 2nd-ranked Iowa. Snowman was on the call for that game. He did a flap his jaw calling that game, and the Lady Buckeye dropped 100 points. So yeah, but we're still not done. January 22nd, 16th-ranked Utah taking down 2nd-ranked UCLA. January 24th, Oklahoma over 10th-ranked Texas. January 26th, 25th-ranked Oregon State over 3rd-ranked Colorado. January 27th, Nebraska ranked 15 going to UConn and taking down 8th-ranked Huskies. January 28th, Washington State over UCLA. Oh, and by the way, Mississippi State took down 9th-ranked LSU on the 30th. And on the same day, on the 30th, no, that was on the 29th, and the 30th was Oklahoma over Kansas State. You want numbers? I give you numbers. On the lady side, 17 top 10 upsets. 9 of them came ranked versus ranked. Okay. 8 unranked upsets. 14 of the top 10 upsets happened on the road. 3 top 10 upsets happened at home. The 3 that happened at home was Notre Dame beating UConn. That's a big one for them. Washington State going to UCLA and taking them down, with UCLA being ranked number 2. And pretty much that's after UCLA took down Colorado. It's been magical overall, ladies and gentlemen. Overall, let me take this down real quick. Overall, in the month of January, 41 top 10 upsets took place in the month of January. I'm gonna say it again: 41 top 10 teams were upset in the month of January. Only 10 of those came in ranked versus ranked matchups. 10. 31 unranked teams upset top 10 teams. 31. That's one upset per day in the month of January. That's really what that means. It was one upset a day in the month of January from unranked teams. 7 upsets took place in the top 10 on home building. 34 took place on the road. The month of January was ridiculous in college basketball. I have no way else to say it. It's been very ridiculous to begin the year of 2024 in the month of January, and all these upsets took place in the top 10. Just imagine how many upsets really took place on unranked teams over ranked teams in the month of January. A whole lot more. I'm just doing top 10 just to show you how crazy it is. So when March gets here, just know it's going to be very, and I do mean very, difficult to fill out those brackets because you don't know who's going to win it. You don't know who's going to win it. Right now, the constant favorite as of right now on the men's side is UConn, and on the women's side is South Carolina. South Carolina is the only unbeaten team in the entire college basketball world. The only unbeaten team in the entire college basketball world. Because UConn got caught a couple of times. In the month of, I'm going to say November and December, they got caught a couple of times. They haven't been caught since, but they've been caught a couple of times. All right. But that's where we at right now. We're in the month of February. We know we're going to wind down conference play. In early March, we're going to be champs the week because we're going to be in conference tournament time. Then we're going to get ready for the March Madness. Now, speaking of which, big games this weekend. We got big games this weekend, starting with the men's side. Ladies and gentlemen, woo! Tomorrow, and we got a triple header. We got some big games tomorrow. All ranked versus ranked team. 3 top 10 matchups and a top 20 matchup. Actually, make that 4 of the whole weekend. So 4 top 10 matchups over the whole weekend, 3 on Saturday, and a top 20 matchup also on Saturday. So ESPN got a triple header, starting with number 4, Houston, going to Philly House to take on 8th ranked Kansas. That's going to be a good one. After that game on ESPN at 6:30, it's the college basketball rivalry of its own. Duke, Carolina, Chapel Hill, 7th-ranked Blue Devils versus 3rd-ranked Tar Heels. Then at 8 p.m. on ESPN2, you have the 12th-ranked Iowa State Cyclones going against the 18th-ranked Baylor Bears. But after Duke, Carolina on ESPN at 8:30, the 5th-ranked Volunteers of Tennessee are going to Rupp Arena to take on 10th-ranked Wildcats of Kentucky. And then on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, Sunday, 1 p.m. on CBS, the 2nd-ranked team in the nation, the Boilermakers of Purdue, are in Madison, Wisconsin to take on the 6th-ranked Badgers of Wisconsin. That's on the men's side. The ladies got some too. We can't forget the ladies as we close our shop here today. On the ladies' side, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking tonight, 10 p.m., Pac-12 Network, 15th-ranked USC taking off 4th-ranked Stanford. And then on Sunday, get ready. Sunday's going to be where you want to be at. FS1, 12 p.m., 10th-ranked Hoosiers of Indiana are in Columbus, Ohio to take on the 8th-ranked Buckeyes of Ohio State. That's at 12 on FS1. Also at 12 on ESPN2, 17th-ranked Hokies of Virginia Tech, led by Georgia Amore, taking on 24th-ranked UNC in Chapel Hill. 2 p.m. on FS1 after Indiana, Ohio State. You have the 2nd-ranked team in the country, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on the 12th-ranked Texas Longhorns. And at 4 p.m. on ESPN2, out in the Pac-12 in the state of California, 7th-ranked Bruins of UCLA taking on the 4th-ranked Cardinals of Stanford. Big game weekend for both the men's and women's. Can't wait to watch those games take place and see who's going to make a push to make some noise, to have a showing that says, we're ready. We're ready for the tournament. We're ready for this big games coming up, okay? Don't forget all that. Glad to be here. Glad to be doing Shooting Lights Up in the year of 2024, in the month of February. I hope you have a great basketball weekend. Enjoy your basketball. I can't wait to recap it next week to get all the reactions and stuff with that. But until then, I am the Playmaker, signing off with Shooting Lights Out. I will see y'all next week.
You've done great, but you can't stop here. You can't stop now. You gotta keep going. Through all your trials and your tribulations, you gotta keep pushing. Now, finish your canvas.
Yeah, gotta get it out the mud, that's the only way to win. Who am I to point the finger like I never ever seen? Been through the ups and downs like the letter N. They don't let you through the door, better kick that again. Cause that's the only way to win. That's the only way to go. Gotta get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the floor. Cause that's the only way to go. Let's go.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. If you want to follow the podcast, you can follow it on all streaming platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and a whole lot more. This has been Shooting Lights Out.